Did you know that 88% of women say they would end a relationship due to their partner's unforgivable traits, according to a recent study? It's a shocking statistic, isn't it? Indeed, the world of relationships can be a complex labyrinth riddled with hidden traps and dead ends. But as with any journey, understanding the terrain can make all the difference. And in the realm of romance, that terrain is often shaped by the traits we exhibit and the ones we tolerate in our partners. So, what are these unforgivable traits that so many women find intolerable? That's what we're here to explore today. We're going to delve into this provocative topic, shedding light on those characteristics that can make or break a relationship. But don't worry, this isn't about pointing fingers or blaming. It's about understanding, because, you see, these traits aren't just relevant in the context of romantic relationships. They also play a significant role in our personal growth. Recognizing and understanding these traits can be a powerful tool in becoming the best version of ourselves. Think of it this way, we're all works in progress, aren't we? And part of that progress is understanding our flaws, our shortcomings, and yes, our unforgivable traits. It's about comprehending the impact these traits have on our relationships and our personal lives. So, as we embark on this journey together, let's keep an open mind. Let's be ready to confront some harsh truths and be willing to take a hard look at ourselves. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about making our relationships better. It's about making ourselves better. And remember, this isn't meant to discourage or dishearten, quite the contrary, it's about empowerment. It's about equipping ourselves with the knowledge to navigate the rocky shores of relationships and personal growth. So, are you ready to dive into the deep end? Are you prepared to face the shocking truth? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into these traits, and remember, knowledge is power. Now let's dive into the unforgivable traits that men often display, which women find intolerable. Firstly, we have a lack of respect. Respect is a cornerstone of any healthy relationship, and when it's missing, it can be a deal breaker. It's not just about the big things like name-calling or belittling, but also the small things that slowly chip away at a person's self-esteem. For example, constantly interrupting someone when they're speaking or disregarding their feelings or opinions. These actions can make a person feel undervalued and disrespected. Respect is fundamental, and without it, a relationship can quickly crumble. Next, we move on to dishonesty. This trait is a big one, and it's not just about the big lies, but also the small, seemingly harmless ones. Dishonesty breeds mistrust, and once trust is broken, it's extremely hard to rebuild. The simple truth is, honesty is the best policy in any relationship. Being truthful might not always be easy, but it's essential for maintaining trust and open communication. Thirdly, we have emotional unavailability. This trait can be particularly damaging because it can lead to a sense of loneliness and isolation, even when you're in a relationship. When a man is emotionally unavailable, it can feel like there's a brick wall between him and his partner. He might avoid discussing his feelings or be dismissive when his partner tries to express her own. This lack of emotional connection can create a chasm that's hard to bridge, leaving the other person feeling unloved and disconnected. But why are these traits considered unforgivable? The key word here is repeated. Everyone can have an off day and display these traits occasionally. However, when they become a consistent pattern, they can cause serious damage. They erode the foundation of a relationship: trust, respect, and emotional connection. A lack of respect can make a person feel undervalued and insignificant. Dishonesty can shatter trust and create a constant sense of doubt and insecurity. Emotional unavailability can leave a person feeling alone, even when they're in a relationship. These traits affect not only the person on the receiving end, but also the relationship as a whole. They create an unhealthy dynamic where one person is consistently hurt or ignored. This can lead to resentment, bitterness, and a sense of hopelessness. Over time, the relationship can become a source of constant pain and disappointment rather than a source of love and support. In the end, these traits are not just unforgivable, they're destructive. They break down the bonds that hold a relationship together and replace them with walls of mistrust and unhappiness. Understanding these traits is the first step to avoiding them. But what happens if they're already present in your relationship? So you've identified these unforgivable traits in your relationship. Now what? Well, the first step is acknowledgement, and you've already crossed that hurdle. You're aware of the problem, and that's half the battle won. But what's next? How do you deal with these traits that seem so unforgivable? Firstly, let's talk about communication. Clear, open, and honest communication is the backbone of any healthy relationship. If you're bothered by certain traits your partner exhibits, it's important to express this to them. However, remember to approach the conversation with sensitivity and respect. Use I statements to avoid coming off as accusatory. Instead of saying, "You always do this," you might say, "I feel upset when this happens." This way, you're expressing your feelings without blaming your partner. Next, setting boundaries is crucial. Everyone has their own limits, and it's important to respect that. If there are certain behaviors that you find unacceptable, it's okay to set boundaries and expect your partner to respect them. However, setting boundaries does not mean controlling your partner. It's about understanding each other's needs and finding a middle ground. Now, there may be situations where these unforgivable traits are deeply ingrained or even abusive. In such instances, it's important to consider seeking professional help. Therapists and counselors are trained to navigate these complex issues and can provide strategies for dealing with them. They can also provide a safe space for you to express your feelings and concerns. In the end, remember that no relationship is perfect. We all have our flaws and make mistakes. The key is to address these issues and work on them together. It's about growth, understanding, and mutual respect. And sometimes it's about accepting that certain things cannot be changed and making the decision that's best for you. Remember, it's never too late to improve and grow, both as individuals and as a couple. In conclusion, understanding and addressing these unforgivable traits is crucial for a healthy and happy relationship. We've delved deep into some of the most unforgivable traits men have, and how women often react to them. It's clear that these traits can cause significant damage to relationships, and it's imperative to tackle them head-on. Let's not forget, communication is key. Sharing your feelings, listening to your partner, and working together towards resolution can make all the difference. It's about self-improvement, growth, and learning from our mistakes to build stronger, more fulfilling relationships. Remember, it's not about assigning blame, but understanding the impact of these traits and making a conscious effort to change. It's a journey, not a destination. Have you encountered these traits in your relationships? How have you dealt with them? Share your experiences in the comments below, and remember to subscribe for more insightful content.